Hey, what's up, Money Route family? Welcome back to another episode. Now, today we're diving into something that might make you squirm just a little bit. Yep, we're talking about financial red flags in relationships. Those things that are never really talked about, but deep down, you know they could be huge warning signs. Whether you're just starting out in a relationship or you're already in deep, understanding money dynamics in relationships can make or break your future together. I mean, let's face it. When we fall in love, we don't exactly spend a lot of time talking about our credit scores or whether we're both on the same page about budgeting. But trust me, these are the conversations that need to happen if you want to avoid those dreaded financial red flags. Now, I know money is one of those awkward topics. It can feel uncomfortable. But guess what? If you want a healthy, sustainable relationship, you've got to be willing to have these tough conversations. So grab a seat, maybe a cup of coffee. We're about to talk about the financial red flags that nobody really talks about, but everyone should be aware of. All right. Let's jump right into the first financial red flag that can often be overlooked. Red flag number 1, a complete lack of financial transparency. We're kicking things off with something that might hit a nerve for some of you: financial transparency. Now, when we're in a relationship, we share so much of ourselves, our time, our emotions, even our dreams. But when it comes to money, some people are strangely tight-lipped. Maybe they're hiding debt, or maybe they just don't want you to know how much they really make. Whatever the reason, secrecy is never a good thing. Think about it. If you're keeping secrets about your finances, what else are you hiding? Money is a huge part of life, and pretending it's not, or worse, keeping your partner in the dark, is a huge warning sign. Maybe you're not even consciously hiding anything, but if you're afraid to talk about your spending habits, your savings, or your debt, that could be a massive issue down the road. Financial transparency is crucial, not just for trust, but for the success of your partnership. Imagine building a life together, and down the road, you find out they've been secretly struggling with student loans or credit card debt, or they've got a habit of spending more than they earn. You're suddenly not in the same financial position, and that can cause tension, stress, and a ton of unnecessary problems. So, what should you do? Start having those money talks early on in your relationship. I'm talking about everything: debt, savings, investments, what you both want in terms of financial goals. The sooner you're both on the same page, the better. All right. Moving on to the second financial red flag: constantly racking up debt. This one might seem pretty obvious, but you'd be surprised at how many people ignore this early on. We've all been there, right? A little credit card debt here, a loan for that, maybe a personal line of credit for a shopping spree. Debt can easily become a slippery slope, and if your partner is constantly living beyond their means, it's time to pay attention. Debt doesn't just appear overnight. It's the result of bad financial habits, poor decision-making, or even emotional spending. Now, if your partner is someone who's always buying the latest gadgets, going on lavish vacations, or purchasing designer clothes on credit without any plan to pay it off, that's a major red flag. I know it's easy to say, oh, they'll change, they'll get better at managing their money. But here's the harsh reality. Habits don't change overnight. If they're constantly in debt and don't have a plan to pay it off, that could easily become your problem too. When you're in a relationship, you're not just looking at someone's personality, their career, or their hobbies. You also have to look at their financial habits. Are they disciplined with money? Are they working toward a debt-free future? Or are they living in a constant state of financial chaos? If they're not managing their debt, it's only a matter of time before it affects your life together. Red flag number 3, they never budget. Now let's talk about something that might sound a little boring, but trust me, it's crucial: budgeting. If your partner never talks about budgeting, or worse, has never even heard of it, that's a big financial red flag. You need to know how your partner is planning to handle day-to-day expenses and future savings. Without a budget, you're basically driving blindfolded. I get it. Budgeting isn't the most exciting topic, and it can feel like a buzzkill. But in a healthy relationship, both partners need to understand how money is being managed, and it all starts with creating a budget. If you're with someone who's constantly running out of money by mid-month, or they have no idea where their money is going, that's not a sign of financial freedom. It's a sign of financial chaos. Over time, this could lead to stress, arguments, and big-picture problems that could put your future together in jeopardy. A budget is basically a roadmap for your money. It helps you prioritize what's most important: paying off debt, saving for the future, or having fun. If your partner isn't interested in setting financial goals, tracking expenses, or making sure you're not living paycheck to paycheck, it could lead to big trouble down the road. Red flag number 4, they don't have an emergency fund. Now, we're going to talk about something that could save you a lot of heartache down the road: emergency funds. If your partner doesn't have one, that's a huge red flag. Life is unpredictable. People lose jobs, cars break down, medical bills happen. Without an emergency fund, you're left scrambling when life throws you a curveball. Now, you might be thinking, hey, it's not that big of a deal. They're fine, right? But here's the thing. If your partner is living paycheck to paycheck and doesn't have any savings set aside for unexpected events, That's going to cause a lot of stress in your relationship. What happens when an emergency hits and neither of you has enough money saved? You'll have to rely on credit cards or loans, which could further spiral your financial situation. Having an emergency fund isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. It's peace of mind. It's knowing that no matter what happens, you've got a financial cushion to fall back on. And if your partner doesn't see the value in this, or worse, thinks it's a waste of money, you've got a problem. Red flag number 5. They are financially dependent on you. This is a tough one to swallow, but it's something you need to be aware of. Financial dependence. If your partner is always asking for money, can't pay their own bills, or expects you to cover all their expenses, that's a major financial red flag. Relationships are about partnership, and that includes both of you contributing to the financial health of the relationship. Maybe your partner has fallen on hard times, and you're helping them out temporarily. That's fine. But if you're consistently covering their expenses, bailing them out of debt, or handling everything for them, it can lead to an unhealthy power dynamic. This kind of dependency can breed resentment over time, and you might start feeling more like a caretaker than an equal partner. You deserve a relationship where both of you can support each other financially. If one person is carrying the entire financial load, it's not just unfair, it's unsustainable. You want someone who is capable of standing on their own 2 feet, who takes responsibility for their financial health. Look, love is beautiful, and relationships are about sharing your life with someone, but your financial future is too important to ignore. If you're facing any of these red flags in your relationship, it's time to take a step back and have those tough conversations. Financial struggles can strain even the strongest relationships, but with honesty, transparency, and teamwork, you can build a solid foundation for the future. So, what do you think? Have you seen any of these red flags in your own life or relationship? Don't be afraid to speak up about money. Your future self will thank you. Thanks for hanging out with me today, Money Route family. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more tips on building a better financial future. Together. Until next time, stay financially savvy.